All right, let's talk about something that I bet so many of you feel. It's that constant hum of being overwhelmed, maybe a little on edge, and just, well, not quite yourself. And that brings us to the big question, right? Is this feeling just stress from a crazy week at work? Or is it something more, something we call anxiety? They can feel almost the same. Your heart pounds, your mind races, but there's a really key difference, and figuring that out is the absolute first step to feeling better. Now, the thing about anxiety is that it's sneaky. It doesn't always show up as this big, dramatic panic attack. A lot of the time, it's much quieter. It's like this low-level static in the background that we just brush off as being super busy or stressed out. So let's dive into 5 of these quiet signs that it might actually be anxiety pulling the strings.
Okay, sign number 1, you're finally done for the day. You're on the couch, your favorite show is on, but you can't actually relax. Your mind is still going a million miles an hour, right? Replaying that conversation from earlier, worrying about tomorrow's to-do list. It's like your body's hit the brakes, but your brain is still redlining on the freeway.
Or how about this one? This is so physical. Your phone just buzzes with a text or an unknown number calls, and bam, your chest gets tight, your stomach does a little flip. That's your body having a full-on fight-or-flight reaction to something that's, well, just a part of everyday life.
Oh, this one is a biggie. You ever find yourself practicing a conversation in your head before it even happens? I'm not talking about a big presentation. I mean, before you make a simple phone call or have to talk to someone at a party. You're basically writing a script, planning for every possible twist and turn. It's a mental dress rehearsal for just being a person. And then there's this weird, subconscious thing our brains do when we're anxious. You walk into a crowded room, a restaurant, a movie theater, and without even really thinking about it, you're scanning. Where's the door? Okay, where's another way out? It's like your internal security system is always on, always looking for an escape route, just in case. And finally, we have this total paradox. You are just bone tired, completely, utterly drained, mentally and physically. All you want is to just stop. But you can't. There's this restless energy, this little voice nagging you that you should be doing something, that resting is a waste of time. It's pure exhaustion, but with no off switch. So if any of that, or maybe all of that, sounded way too familiar, you're probably asking yourself, okay, so what do I do now? Well, the good news is you don't have to just sit there wondering and worrying. There are real, concrete ways to get some answers.
So what exactly is this GAD-7 test? Well, first off, it's not some random quiz you find online. This is the real deal. It's a professional screening tool that actual clinicians and doctors use to get a quick, clear picture of what's going on with anxiety symptoms. It's a seriously useful first step.
And the whole process is designed to be as simple and stress-free as possible. Basically, you go to a website, you take about 2 minutes to answer 7 questions about how you've been feeling, and boom, you get instant results that help you understand what your score means and what you might want to do next. And if you do take a screener like that and you find out your score is a bit high, I really need you to see this number. Nearly 1 in every 5 adults in the US deals with an anxiety disorder in any given year. That is a huge number. So whatever you're feeling, you're not broken, and you are definitely not alone in this. And beyond those 5 quiet signs, anxiety can pop up in all kinds of other ways. A lot of the time, it's physical stuff. Maybe you just can't get a good night's sleep, or your stomach is always a mess. Or maybe it's that constant tension you carry in your shoulders. It can also make you start avoiding certain people or places because you just don't want to deal with that anxious feeling. Okay, so what can you actually do with this info? The next logical step for a lot of people is to look for some professional support. Let's just use an organization in Georgia as an example. It's called Coping and Healing Counseling. What's so great is they offer telehealth services to every single county in the state, and they work with tons of different insurance plans, even Medicaid. It just goes to show how much more accessible real help for anxiety and stress has become. The whole point here is to go from that confusing, tangled-up feeling to a place of actual clarity. That first step, like taking a simple 2-minute test, is waiting for you right now. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What if the path to understanding your own mind and finally feeling better is so much simpler than you ever thought?